Welcome back to the Cali G Kitchen. Welcome back to day 91 of your 101 day food and fasting program. Today is a free day, but we are making some everything nut butter billionaire shortbread. We've got all sorts of different nuts going into this. Seeds, dates, coconut, we've got a jar of peanut butter there, and we've also got some coconut and almond butter that we're going to throw in as well. Over here we've got a pan, we've got a bowl, we're going to make a bain-marie, and then we've got our dish that everything's going to set in. With all that being said, we're going to get started. So we are going to add, we're going to get this pan on the heat. I want quite a hot heat. No, I don't. What we're going to do first is chop up some dates and kind of melt them down with some water. So we want half a cup of boiling water. And I don't have the kettle boiling, as I should have done. Half a cup of boiling water, half a cup of dates. So I've got some pitted dates here, soft pitted dates. We need half a cup of these. Okay, now we've got half a cup of dates. We're just going to give these a bit of a helping hand, so we're going to chop these dates up into little pieces. Now we've got those dates chopped into little pieces. These are going to go into this pan. With half a cup of boiling water. And we're just going to boil these down to a syrup. While that's kind of bubbling down, we're going to use, this is our bain-marie or bain-marie, however you pronounce it. So we are starting with the base. So we need, is it 50 grams? Around 50 grams of coconut oil. So we want like around a fifth of this jar. I couldn't measure this. Weird this, I don't know. You know what it is? I would have been pretty much bang on as well. 50 grams of coconut oil going into our bain-marie. Now we're going to blitz it up. We're going to blitz up 200 grams of cashews. This is going to form our base. got a cup there. We've got 200 grams of cashews here. We've got a cup. We've got the Nutri-Bullet blender cup. 200 grams of cashews gone in. And we're just going to blitz these to a powder. Dead easy. Give this one last little blitz up. Just get any of those little lumps out. And we're done. That's exactly what we want to see. I'm going to go straight into the bain-marie with that. With our coconut oil melting down as well. And what else do we need? What else do we need? Desiccated coconut. We want 100 grams of desiccated coconut. Grams of desiccated coconut going in. And then we also want a tablespoon of honey. Or is it 2 tablespoons? 2 tablespoons of honey. This is going into the bain-marie, into the cashew nut base, 2 tablespoons of honey, and I know I've made a little bit of a schoolboy error here. I should have waited till the coconut oil had fully melted before I've kind of started this process. Okay, while that's kind of heating through, I'm going to smash up the nuts and the seeds. Tell you what, I'm going to use this again. With a handful of pecans. So we're supposed to use half a cup of mixed seeds. Hold on, half a cup of mixed seeds. I think that's wrong. That should be a quarter of a cup of mixed seeds. Definitely should be a quarter of a cup. And a quarter of a cup of nuts. Mixed nuts. So we've got some pecans going in. I've got a fruit, nut and seed mix, which I'm just going to throw a few of these in just to make up for the half a cup. Sorry, for the quarter of a cup. So you want like half a cup total of mixed nuts and seeds. This is going to go into the butter And all I'm going to do here, you can either put this into a food bag. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Kind of going into a food bag. And then we're just going to break this up. Kind of just flatten that out, make sure the top's kind of sealed so it's not going to go everywhere. Sorted. Yeah, so we've nearly got that coconut oil all melted down now, and as you can see, this is all starting to come together. This is going to be perfect to form the base. We've got our dates in here that's pretty much melted down. You're just going to reduce them a little bit more. And then we're going to go in with the peanut butter. Okay, that's definitely ready now. What I want to do with this peanut butter as well, just for a minute, I'm just going to place that in there, just so it'll heat through, just for a minute. It's just going to help us get the peanut butter out of the tub. So as we can see here, this is our cashew, coconut, butter, desiccated coconut mix. And then what we're going to do with this, kind of just spread it out in this Pyrex dish. sometimes what I like to do, if the spoon method is not working, basically we take just a little smidgen of coconut oil. You could use any oil really. And then on the back of our hands, so on our fingers and our knuckles, kind of just going to use those to press down. We just want to flatten this out as evenly as possible. I think now it's probably flatter. We can do this with the spoon. Right, now we've got it all nicely flattened out. I'm going to just place this into the freezer just for a minute. Just while we work on the rest of it. So now we've got those dates and that water reduced down to almost like a thick syrup. What you could also do at this point, if you've got one, is hand blend this. Now if you haven't got a hand blender, you can just leave them whole, you can leave them as they are. Or you could let it cool slightly and then put it into your cup. Or if you've got like a NutriBullet and use that. I'm just going to use this and just give this a little bit of a blitz. Yeah, now that's like almost like a thick syrup. I'm just going to reduce it ever so slightly. And we're going to add the peanut butter and all of our broken, smashed up nuts and butter, sorry, nuts and seeds. And you want it quite thick. You've got to think when this sets, when it goes cold and sets, it's got, sorry, when it goes cold, it's got to set. So kind of just bubbling this down as much as we can. Need to add one thing now as well, some cinnamon. And this is actually optional. You can add half a teaspoon of cinnamon. You don't need to add this, but I think it just goes quite nice. So I'm going to go in with that. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to turn this back down. Okay, as you can see there, that's what we're working with. That's what it should be looking like. And then we're going it straight in with a full jar of peanut butter. You can use peanut butter. You could use any other butter that you like, really. That's why I've got this almond coconut butter, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to use the rest of that. Now it's time to just melt this peanut butter down. Now I'm going to add in these broken nuts. This is going to make our peanut butter and everything nut butter. And then all I'm going to do with this is just mix it in. So all I'm doing here, I'm going to use this. I want this still to heat through a little bit because I don't think it's heated through well enough. Just basically this is going to be spreadable. So I am going to just use this as our bain-marie again. Tell you what we could do. I'm going to add in a little bit of coconut oil to this peanut butter mix. Got in with around 20 grams there of, no, there's not 20 grams, is there? I reckon around 10-15 grams of coconut oil. And all this is going to do, it's just going to, it depends on the peanut butter that you've got, and probably dependent on the brand of the peanut butter. Some of it is a little bit more runny than others, and it's easier to spread. But adding in that extra coconut oil is just going to help us out there. Going straight over the top with the bain-marie again. We've got 100 grams of dark chocolate here. This is 85% cocoa. I'm just going to break that up, and then that's going into the bowl. This is going to be the chocolate topping. Right, I think that's just about ready to go on now. We're going to have to make another bain-marie to melt that chocolate as well, so taking the cashew coconut base, we're going to make a layer of this now. I'm just going to hope that this stays kind of separate, kind of layered rather than mixed together. Back on with the chocolate, back onto the bain-marie, and then we're going to just flatten the rest of this down. I'm going to use the old fingers trick again. Back of the knuckles. Okay, now we've got both layers done, as you can see there. As flat as we're going to get it, I think. And now all we do, once our chocolate's melted, we're just going to pour this over the top, spread it out, and then it's going to go into the fridge to set for a few hours. Once it's set, we'll get it out and just chop it up into squares and you're done. Nearly there with the chocolate. Just about there. Okay, happy days. One kitchen utensil I don't have that I need to buy is a spatula. So kind of just get all of this out easy. I might have used it for years. Might have worked better if I used a better spoon as well. What you can actually do with this, since it is quite runny, is just tilt it all the way around. I really don't think this big spoon made much difference there. There you have it. We need to let it set and we need to cut it into pieces. But that right there is your everything nut butter billionaire shortbread. Hope you all enjoy, and we'll see you again next time in the Cali G Kitchen. Goodbye for now.